Jesus tells them to go to people's homes. Wherever you enter into a house, he instructs, say first, "May this house have peace." And if a friend of peace is there, your peace will rest upon him. What is to be their message? Jesus says, "Tell them, the kingdom of God has come near to you." Luke 10:5-9. The instructions Jesus gives the 70 are similar to those he gave when sending out the 12 apostles about a year earlier. He warns them that not all will receive them well. Their efforts, though, will prepare receptive ones so that when Jesus arrives shortly afterward, many will be eager to meet the Master and learn from him. Before long, the 35 pairs of kingdom preachers return to Jesus. They tell him joyfully, "Lord, even the demons are made subject to us by the use of your name." This fine report surely thrills Jesus, for he responds, "I see Satan already fallen like lightning from heaven. Look, I have given you the authority to trample underfoot serpents and scorpions." Luke 10:17-19. Jesus thus assures his followers that they will be able to prevail over injurious things, symbolically trampling on serpents and scorpions. Jesus sends 70 disciples to preach. Luke 10:1-24-170. Moreover, they can be certain that in the future Satan will fall from heaven. Jesus also helps the 70 to see what is really important in the long run. He says, "Do not rejoice because the spirits are made a subject to you, but rejoice because your names have been written in the heavens." Luke 10:20. Jesus is overjoyed and publicly praises his Father for using these humble servants of his in such a powerful way. Turning to his disciples, he tells them, "Happy are the eyes that see the things you are seeing. For I say to you, many prophets and kings desired to see the things you are observing but did not see them, and to hear the things you are hearing but did not hear them." Luke 10:23-24. Jesus chooses 70 disciples and sends them out to preach. Where does Jesus preach during his final 6 months, and why does he concentrate his efforts there? How were the 70 disciples to find people? Though the 70 disciples accomplish much, what does Jesus say is of greater importance? 72. While Jesus is still near Jerusalem, various Jews approach him. Some want to learn from him and others want to test him. One of them, an expert on the law, presents the question, "Teacher, what do I need to do to inherit everlasting life?" Luke 10:25. Jesus detects that the man is not simply asking for information. He may be trying to get Jesus to reply in a way that will offend the Jews. Jesus realizes that this man already has a definite viewpoint. So he wisely responds in a way that gets the man to reveal what he is thinking. Jesus asks, "What is written in the law? How do you read?" This man has studied God's law, so he bases his response on it. He quotes from Deuteronomy 6:5 and Leviticus 19:18. Saying, "You must love Jehovah your God with your whole heart, and with your whole soul, and with your whole strength, and with your whole mind, and your neighbor as yourself." Luke 10:26-27. Is that the answer? Jesus tells the man, "You answered correctly. Keep doing this and you will get life." But does that end the discussion? The man does not want just a factual answer. He is seeking to prove himself righteous, to have confirmation that his views are correct and that he is thus justified in how he treats others. So he asks, "Who really is my neighbor?" Luke 10:28-29. That seemingly simple question has deep implications. How so? The Jews believe that the term neighbor applies only to those who keep the Jewish traditions, and it might seem that Leviticus 19:18 supports that. In fact, a Jew may claim that it is even unlawful to have fellowship with an non-Jew. Acts 10:28. Thus this man, and possibly some of Jesus' own disciples, view themselves as righteous if they treat fellow Jews kindly. But they may treat a non-Jew unkindly. He is not really a neighbor. How can Jesus correct this view without offending this man and other Jews? He does so by telling a story. A man was going down from Jerusalem to Jericho and fell victim to robbers, who stripped him, beat him,